Hello and welcome to the Django GraphQL Query Fundamentals course. My name is Xander. This tutorial is part of a whole course playlist available for free on YouTube. For deeper learning, the extended course is available for purchase at Udemy. Now you'll find all the resources and links in the video description. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for weekly promotions, discounts, and Udemy course giveaways. Visual Studio Code, or VSCode, is a lightweight, flexible code editor. It's free, works on Windows and macOS, and supports many programming languages. In this tutorial, we'll walk you through how to get VS Code up and running on both Windows or macOS, and explore the core features that make it useful and approachable tool for writing code. So by the end of this tutorial, you'll have Visual Studio Code fully installed and configured, and you'll understand how to use its essential features with confidence. Right, so let's start this tutorial by installing and launching Visual Studio Code on both Windows or Mac OS. The Visual Studio Code installation process is going to be very similar for Mac and Windows, hence why I've created a tutorial for both operating systems. Now, there are different approaches that you can take to install Visual Studio Code, whether you're on Windows or Mac. We're simply going to head over to the Visual Studio Code website, download the application, and then run it. Right, so I've navigated to Google, typed in VS Code. It should be the first option. I'll go to the home page. You can see that we're presented with a blue button. It says download from macOS because I'm currently using Mac OS. Now, if you're running Windows or Linux, it should change depending on the operating system that you're using. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to just simply press the button and download from there, you can select other platforms. There is a link just below here on the right-hand side. And here you can now clearly view Windows, Linux, and Mac options. Of course, you're going to need to know what operating system and hardware type that you have to download the correct version. But if you're not too sure, just hit the big buttons and that should download the correct version, or at least install the correct version of Visual Studio Code for your operating system, whether you're on Windows, Mac, or Linux. Okay, so once you've downloaded Visual Studio Code, if you're on Windows, you're just going to double click the installer, go through the installation process. There isn't really any custom settings that you're going to need to worry about for this course. Just go ahead, press next, next, next until it's installed. If you're on Mac, then you can actually start Visual Studio Code from the downloaded file. So if it is a zip file, just double click so it extracts the application, and you can run Visual Studio Code directly from the file. Now, typically what you want to do from this point on the Mac OS is just drag this over to applications here on the left hand side and just drop it into applications and run Visual Studio Code from there. Now, if you're installing on Linux, really the installation process will depend upon the different distribution of Linux that you're using. Right, so once that's installed, you'll be able to open up Visual Studio Code. Here on the Mac, I'm going to press Command and Space and type in Visual Studio Code. That's going to open up Visual Studio Code. If you're on Windows, the likelihood is you're going to go to Start and All Programs and find Visual Studio Code there. So hopefully now you have managed to download, install, and open up Visual Studio Code. Okay, so now we have it installed and we have launched Visual Studio Code. Let's talk about how to customize the interface for better focus and comfort. Now, everyone is going to have their own preference as to how they want to visually present code and other resources here in this Visual Studio Code interface. Now, something you probably noticed straight away is that the color of my Visual Studio Code windows is slightly different to yours, and that's because I have a theme installed, which I will cover a little bit later. But let's first of all talk about some basic interface configuration. Now, first of all, what we can do on the Mac and on Windows, if you press Command and then use the plus and minus key, you can see that we can scale the interface in and out, and then you can scale it to your particular preference. Of course, that is going to change everything from the icons to the text. So sometimes you need a little bit more fine-grained control. So for that, you can head over to the settings. Right, so settings can be accessed in many different ways. You can access the cog at the bottom left here and access settings. You can see there is a shortcut. On Mac, I'm going to press Command and comma. Windows, it'll be slightly different. And you can also access from the top menu. I realize you can't see that, but you can just about see settings and then settings again. So I selected code, settings, settings, and that will open up the settings here in Visual Studio Code. Now you can really spend all day looking at the different settings here, but what will be key for you to use is the settings search bar here to help you identify different settings that you might like to configure. So let's just go for font, for example, and here you can now see that I have access to all different types of settings to control font sizes, font types for different components, different elements here in Visual Studio Code's UI. Now, something you might like to change initially if you are using a mouse is this setting here. So I've typed in zoom, access the mouse wheel zoom. So this will allow me to zoom the font of the editor when using the mouse wheel when holding command. So that just makes it a whole lot easier for me to zoom in and out of different code. If you're someone who uses the terminal quite often, then you can also set the zoom on the font on the terminal as well. Where you'll also find some useful configuration options is if you go over to View from the top menu, realize you can't see that, and then select Appearance. There you're going to find a whole bunch of different options to help you manipulate the user interface. Now, it is also possible to install UI-related extensions in Visual Studio Code that's going to help improve the look, feel, and usability of the editor. So let's take a look at how to install extensions and work with the File Explorer and Integrated Terminal. Okay, so on the left-hand side here, we have this box-looking icon. This is the extensions section. And from here, we can use the search bar to search for different extensions in the Microsoft Marketplace. So here, if you type in Night Owl, you can see that I already have it installed, and select Night Owl. You can go ahead and install. You can see that I have already installed, so it says on mine uninstall, but on yours, if you haven't installed it, it will say install. So you can go ahead and install that. So once you've installed, you can set the color theme and select whatever it provides. And sometimes there are different options for different themes, but you can see here that I'm going to be using the Night Owl default theme, and that's what we're looking at here. Of course, if you're interested in learning more about the most popular UI themes for Visual Studio Code, just type it into Google or any other tool. It looks like we've got some different options here. So Dracula Official, OneDark Pro, GitHub Theme, Nord. These are all popular themes for Visual Studio Code. In addition to Visual Studio Code UI related extensions, you can also install other useful extensions to help and support the development process. I will talk more about the extensions that we're going to use in this course, which are completely optional, in the next tutorial. But what we have learned is that the extension marketplace here in Visual Studio Code, it's a built-in panel where we can find, install, and manage extensions to customize and enhance our coding environment. Okay, so if we double click on the screen, we should have an empty new file. So on the left-hand side here, you'll find Explorer. So at the moment, we haven't actually started a project, so we cannot see the files that we would have in our project, but eventually this is going to be our main tab that we're going to use to view and access any modules or files that we have in our project. Now, typically the first task that we would perform when opening Visual Studio Code is to open our project folder. Inside of there, we would have all of our code ready for us to develop or start building our project. Throughout this course, and no doubt in your own practice, you will need access to the console. Now we can use the console directly from within Visual Studio Code's UI. And that just saves us having multiple windows open separately from the development environment. We have the console built straight into our UI here. So to access the console, if I move the mouse down to this line at the bottom here, you can see that eventually it turns into an up arrow, So I select the mouse and drag up the window, and you can now see we have access to the terminal. There are a few different ways to access the terminal. I can select View from the top menu and select Terminal, and you'll also see that there is a shortcut that we can use. So here on the Mac, I use Control and the button just above the Control in the keyboard, and that will open and close my terminal window. Now, sometimes you accidentally select out of the terminal window, and it's a bit confusing how to get back. So just click on the three dots here, and that will then take you back to the terminal. So that is pretty much everything that you need to know to get started with Visual Studio Code in terms of the interface and the tools that we're going to need in this course. If I have forgotten anything, I will introduce it as we work through the course. Okay, so finally, let me just show you how to get started working with files and folders inside our editor. Now, typically, before you even open up Visual Studio Code, you need some sort of project folder. That's what you're going to need to initially access or connect to when you open up Visual Studio Code. So let me just create a new folder on my desktop and then select Open Folder and then select that folder. Okay, so once you've worked through that process, selecting a folder wherever you've saved it on your computer, you should now have access to that. So you can see the folder I created was called Untitled Folder. And this folder is where we're going to work and build our code. So from here, I can right click and create new files and folders directly from the Visual Studio Code interface. So let's create a new file, hello.py. And you can see I can open up the file on the right hand side. It appears in tabs. So Visual Studio Code uses a tab system. So if I create a new file here, you can see that I have now two files open. Now we do have a split screen mode. So you can go ahead and view two files or modules. This can be useful in some scenarios. If you want to remove or get rid of the Explorer, then just select the tab and that will be removed to give you a little bit more space. If you want to remove that, then just just close the files or modules, and then the split screen will be removed. Now in this course, at the start of each module, there is a module primer, an introduction. You will find all the code associated to that module connected to that tutorial. So you'll be able to download the source code. So whenever you download any of the source code, you'll need to extract that potentially, and then you can go ahead and use Visual Studio Code to open that project. Now, sometimes when you open up Visual Studio Code, it will open up to the last point in which you were developing. So it will show you the files and folders and basically take you to where you left when you closed Visual Studio Code. Now, sometimes you don't want that to happen and you want to open up a new project, in which case you can simply go to File and then Open Folder. And then that will enable you to select your new project folder, and then that will then be your project you're currently working on in Visual Studio Code. So typically you would download the source code connected to a module, extract it, and then go to File and Open Folder, and that would then open the code up in Visual Studio Code. Now, if you do find yourself in a bit of a state, what you can do on Mac is press Shift, Command and P, or on Windows, Control, Shift and P. That should bring up a separate menu like this. And then from here, you can type in Reset. And there's a few options you can then go ahead and just reset. So if you want to walk through the walkthrough process again via the welcome page, you can reset that, and that should then be readily available again. You can reset your workspace profiles. So that should reset any of the custom settings that you may have made. And you can see there are other resets you can make here depending on what you need to reset. If you've changed the font size, something strange you just can't work with, then you can go ahead and reset that, and so on. Hopefully at this point you haven't got to that point where you need to start resetting things. So let's move over to the next tutorial.